Greetings, my people of the tarot. Oh my gosh, I am so tired today. I don't know about all of you, but with all this craziness and I heard some other people say that they're tired because it's been highly emotional. No matter how you see the reality of this thing, then it's still tiring. It doesn't matter. It's still very exhausting. Yeah, part of me being tired is I'm doing this tarot reading job that pays squat, literally. Well, not literally, but I might as well be squat. But what it's doing is keeping my mind busy, and it's keeping my mind off of things, and which is bringing me a lot of inner peace. So for the inner peace right now, it's worth it, but it's definitely not long term because I believe my talents. I believe in not my talents. I believe in the gifts that were given to me, and I believe that I deserve compensation for my gifts because what I do is beyond tarot. I'm a psychic also. And so, I feel like I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, and a life coach. I'm, we're called advisors, and that's what I do. I give advice as a way that my intuitive and tarot reading abilities allow. So without further ado, let's get into next week's reading for Friday to the following Friday. I believe that's the 9th to something. Anyway, I decided to use, what's it called? The medicine? No. It's a Native American tarot deck. Forgive me, but I don't have it right. But anyway, it's this one, and I cut it down, and I edged it in blue, and I'm getting blue all over my fingers. So we start in the middle with Daughter of Air. And so this is a page, okay? So we have a lot of innocence, but when I look at the spread together, what this is telling me is we have been very innocent and in some ways ignorant of what is truly going on here, because we have the moon underneath, which I call the fire position for me. And for me, this drives the whole spread. This is the underlying drive of the spread, because fire is the energy behind everything. And so we have been very innocent of what we believe is going on in the world. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So we have this energy of innocence in our minds. And these illusions are going to be shattered this coming week. Especially for these illusions to be shattered, though, you'll have to look at what's truly going on. And then in the earth position, we have Daughter of Fire, which is, fire is creativity, it's action, ambition, passion. So we've got to start looking at newness of what we can create in a new way. The illusion is going to be peeled away of what's really going on here. Our minds are going to be turned to innocence, to look at things in a totally different perspective that we have never seen before. This is really, the moon in the fire position to me is very strong about burning away illusions. And then this is the center card, and then we have in the air, this is the air position, we have 4 of fire, and then in the emotional sector, we have 5 of Cups. So what these cards are telling me is about staying at home is going to bring up a lot of emotions. You're like, hello. Even for me, who is a person that works from home and is still disrupting to my schedule. I can't just go out like I want. I can't get rid of things like I was intending to. I was intending to totally clear a lot of my stuff and get rid of it, take it to the Goodwill. I'm not going into the city now because that's where I would have to go to get rid of it. So that's very disrupting. So 4 is about stability. But I love this card because it has the Sage, and so that's about clearing. So again, we get the mind, the innocence of the mind. We need to clear out our homes, declutter, plan a strategy. Maybe you won't be able to get rid of things you don't need anymore, but you can certainly start planning, clearing, boxing things up, sticking them in a corner if you have to, and getting prepared to release what, the cliche. Release, release, release. The 5 of Cups. Don't be afraid to have a damn good old-fashioned cry, because it's okay. Our lives have been totally disrupted, and you can think of that, of the stability be totally disrupted. So in our minds, we got to learn to structure things a little bit more, structure creativity, restructure all that fire is, all that ambition, all that creativity. We got to learn to restructure that. Because if we don't, the emotions are going to just totally overwhelm us. So the foundation of the issue, we got Medicine Man, and that's very personal to me. And what this means to me is relying on our spiritual beliefs. What we spiritually believe is what we need to build our solid foundation, because that's the only way we're going to clear out this clutter that's in our mind, because this is also in the mind position. So to cleanse that mind, we need to rely on our spiritual foundation, no matter what that is. And it does not matter. Personally, what you believe is what you believe, and however you believe, that is what you want to rely on, is your foundation of your spiritual beliefs. Those may change, and that's okay if your spiritual beliefs change. Now, in the message from Spirit, we have Father of Water. And what this is really saying to me, because I can see the waterfall in the background, is allowing ourselves to go with the flow. Just to allow everything to wash over us. Because in a way, this is a great cleansing. This is a great opportunity to cleanse away all those burdens, all the things we thought we knew, right? So let's go in and do an oracle. Of course, this deck is going to work perfect. I had to cut the deck and get rid of the keywords because keywords drive me nuts. I find them very distracting. I think keywords are great for beginners, but when you read intuitively a lot, psychically, they can be very distracting. So let's see what we get for an oracle. And this one is sticking to my hand. Blade. Okay, so intuitively, a blade cuts. I'm thinking of the fortitude. I wish I had a blade right here. Sometimes I do, but I don't. So, the blade cutting through. The blade is also mind, also thoughts. So cutting through the clutter, cutting through the thoughts. So all the negative thoughts, we need to clean that all up. All this negative energy needs to be cleaned up. Because no matter the truth about what's going on, the more energy that we give this, the more it grows. So we need to stop it in its tracks by not giving the energy to fear, to doubt, to worry, to, oh my God, it's the apocalypse. We need to give the energy to this will pass quickly, we shall survive, and we're going to come out the other side better for it. That's the energy we need to give it, because energy goes where attention flows. And if we're focusing us attention on the worst possible outcome, that how real this is, and how negative this is, then that's the experience we're going to have. It's going to cut us right off. But with the power, the blade can be cleansing. The blade can cleanse the thoughts. It can renew our ideas. It can teach us how to breathe, because to me, this is all about the element of air. It can teach us to be more intelligent. It can teach us to find our strength, our fortitude. It can teach us to find our wisdom. It can reteach us how to communicate. It's also about what we speak. It's about our breath. It's about what we hear. It's about what we smell. And if we go into the zodiac, we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. In Western astrology, it's a Libra moon. In sidereal, it's MIT. Guy does actual astrology. It's more than Vedic. But it's sidereal astrology. It's a Virgo moon, which I'm tending to learn to follow, as it makes more sense to me, is the sidereal astrology. So with that, my friends, get out your blades, start cutting away all the stuff that's no longer serving you in any manner, shape, or form. And it's time to really renew. Tear away the illusions that we've all been living under one way or another. Wishing you much love and health.